You're tuning in to the Bueno Power Hour podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Bueno Power Hour podcast. I am your host, Arthur Bueno. And so I got another new segment, which is going to be called Let's Talk. And it's just going to be me talking about possibly some random things. Mainly some experiences, maybe kind of a storytelling kind of ordeal here, just for the fact that I've been so busy trying to find I haven't really made the effort, honestly, to find guests to appear on this podcast, and it's rough. It really is rough how how hard it is to find people to kind of like take the time and just talk about themselves. And I can see sort of the discomfort of that, to tell you the truth. But I guess I'm just gonna have to work with what I got and sort of just talk about some things that have been going on. This would be actually a progress report episode, for the main vlog on my YouTube channel. But and even though this is going to be part of the YouTube channel as well, and kind of speaking on that, actually, I don't know why I just decided not to have my podcast be loaded up on iTunes or whatever, or like Podbean and SoundCloud. And maybe because there is sort of a limitation with that, and the fact that you have to pay a subscription to upload these, upload anything in those, if you want to upload more podcasts and stuff. And I wasn't really down with that. I'm already paying for a bunch of stuff already that I use quite frequently. And I don't want that to stack on my, on what I already pay for these days. But anyway, so this is the first episode of Let's Talk, and let's talk about some stuff. About a couple of weeks ago, and on the last vlog that you guys probably saw, the 6 of you that you probably saw, that was my trip to Vegas. And I went to Vegas once prior to this trip, and I didn't really remember much about it other than playing at some record store and then like staying somewhere to go to sleep, and hanging out, I guess, in a hotel. I don't even remember. And that was because I was on tour with Winter Soldier. And, touring with those guys, to tell you the truth, it was fun, but it was also kind of lonely. It was kind of weird how, how like the chemistry between the band members were just like so awkward. And I was kind of out of place, even at that time. Like, I didn't really know who I was or how I would fit in with the band. I was kind of always an awkward kind of dude, but, it happens. And so, anyway, I went on tour with Winter Soldier and played a show in Vegas, and then didn't really remember much about it. But on this trip was actually pretty damn memorable, just for the fact that I was able to do some things I haven't really been able to do, in a while, like, dress up fancy and go to the club and um, Jesus, like, and actually attend a fighting game competition event. Well, first of all, the flights heading there from Connecticut were okay. Um, you know, I didn't really feel much of the jet lag since it's domestic flights, and heading towards Las Vegas from Connecticut. Um, it was a treat. It was kind of nice to kind of just go and travel with Jen. It was actually my first time traveling with her, and it was a lot of fun. We arrived. We landed, and we headed. Took an Uber to the Paris hotel, and this was actually the first time. I think in that trip I actually got an Uber. I actually bought, or not bought, but I had downloaded the app for Uber, and that was later in the vacation. But anyway, we went and stayed at the Paris hotel. It was so sick. We got a pretty good floor and saw the Eiffel Tower. The mock Eiffel Tower, and below that was a swimming pool. It was freaking hot, man. So hot. And incredibly, incredibly, like, dry. Like, the sun, I forgot what West Coast sun felt like. That shit beams, man. You know what I mean? It just, it just burns the shit out of your skin. But that night, we hung out, man. We hung out and we met up with Oliver, and Oliver, Jen, and I. When I think we did something fancy. We fancied it up. I think this was a night where we decided to actually get dressed up, and we actually did this for a couple of nights. This was the cool thing about it. On Wednesday, after we landed and got ready and stuff like that, got checked in and whatever. We met up with Oliver at the Cosmopolitan. He was actually there, and his hotel was so nice. It was so solid. Nice little jacuzzi bathtub, and see through glass door shower. Incredible shit, man. And I think we decided to go out for a drink at this place called the Chandelier at the Cosmopolitan. And what I kind of was hoping is to be challenged. I was hoping to be challenged. The fact that how well I can maintain myself with everybody drinking, and everybody doing their thing and shit. And I didn't drink at all. But what's cool? The cool thing is that they had drinks available. You know what I mean? I wasn't alone. I had a cup, just to make myself look kind of cool. So if you're straight edge like me, and you're in Vegas and you want to go out and club and you want to go out and party and stuff like that, and you kind of want to fit the part, you know what I'm saying? This is the way to do it. And I'll be talking about that along the way. So, anyway, we went to this place called the Chandelier, and, Jen and Oliver had their drinks. I had mine as well. What was cool is, it was non-alcoholic. It was called the Chill Pill. And let me see if they actually have the drink up on that. Chandelier, Las Vegas. Yeah. Vegas menu. If I can spell worth a damn menu. Okay, so let's see if that actually will come up here. And this drink was delicious. It had like cucumber and I think lavender, possibly. I'm not even sure. But here's see if we can get the signature drinks. I don't know if that's gonna show. Um, let's see if it'll post up. Food and drink. Let's do the drinks. Yes, I'm in. God damn it, dude. This is so annoying how this is all. Ugh. Bars and lounges. Okay. I don't think you even have like a menu you can fucking look at. That's annoying. Food and drink. Yeah. They don't even have like the menu for it. But anyway. Sorry I wasted your time there. Basically, it was like a drink that had like cucumber and I think lavender. Is this it? Oh, I think I found it. Mocktails, that's what it's called. Okay, so this one, there's two drinks, okay? It's called the Chill Pill. And they call it the mocktails. This is like an expensive drink. $8 for a fucking drink. So the Chill Pill had lemongrass, ginger, and cucumber fizz. Alright? That was one of my favorite drinks of that night. But they also had this one called the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. Obviously a Beatles reference. A pink peppercorn, pickled strawberry, lychee, and lavender bubbles. And that one was pretty good too. But the Chill Pill was like so smooth, man. It was so good. I just understand why. It was so fucking good. So that was one night we did. And then the day after, Thursday, we had done some shit with Oliver. And I forgot to mention we actually had In-N-Out. We ate In-N-Out when we landed. Right after we landed, we ate some In-N-Out, and that shit was delicious. Fell asleep, woke up, met up with Oliver, hung out, and I went to the Cosmopolitan, I believe, that night. We ate so much in the trip, dude. It was ridiculous. So Thursday, that was when my brother and his girlfriend and a couple of his friends would actually come and go to the Mandalay Bay Hotel, I believe. Yeah. I think we met up with them, and we actually had ordered at Ramsey's Steakhouse at the Paris Hotel. I think this was Thursday. Yeah. I don't remember, man. My timelines are all fucked up. But it was certainly good. Yeah, I remember. It was like we went to that steakhouse and we ate there and we chilled. And I think even before that, we went to the Skyfall joint too. I don't remember if it was that day or not. But I think it was on a Thursday. We went to Skyfall and we actually ordered drinks there. And I think, we went there and then we went to the Mandalay Bay, or we were at the Mandalay Bay. We were waiting for my brother, I think. And, we got drinks there at the Skyfall. It was actually the top of, I think almost the top of the building of the Mandalay Bay. And it was just a nice view. And all I got was like a club soda with the lime on it. And it was perfect. And prior to that, we went to the Ramsey's Steakhouse and the Paris Hotel. Ate there, and it was pretty good. It was not bad. They had this risotto for me. They had actually a vegetarian meal for me. Pretty delicious, man. Same thing goes with Friday. I think we hung out and just chilled and saw my sister and her husband, Gus. Went to this sushi restaurant that was fucking awful. So it was Sambi sushi or something like that. Samba sushi. It's the grossest shit ever. And the service was just so fucking bad. Fuck those people. Fuck that sushi restaurant. The guy just seemed so fucking miserable. Didn't want to even cater to us Asians. It was so dumb. If I felt like there was some prejudice there, or some crazy racism there. I might be talking on my ass, but but whatever. That's how I felt. And then on Saturday, we actually went and got to see Cascade perform, and Cascade, he is a wonderful fucking DJ, man, with a lot of great drops. Good performance all around. You know, the club was just so packed. You know what I mean? It was so fucking packed. We had like VIP passes. Jen got us VIP passes, I believe. Excuse me. And I don't drink, but I just had like club soda with a lime. That's all I got. And I was able to kind of just look like I was part of the party, and drink. So there is like drinks out there that allow you to kind of like, kind of sort of fit in. You know what I mean? Dude, we were looking so good, man. We were looking so fresh. And even before the Cascade joint, we actually went back to Skyfall to go get some more drinks. You know what I mean? Or get drinks before that. We were just all hanging out and just having a fucking grand old time, man. It was so good. We did go to Evo on Saturday morning. We did get a couple of merch. It was so fun, man. Playing against, some really high caliber players, and it was just like kind of one of the best times for me. Really, really fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good times, and so that was kind of my experience, really in Las Vegas. As a kid who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, as a vegetarian, Las Vegas definitely gives you the opportunity to kind of like, explore other options. You know what I mean? There's so much to do there. And, you don't have to go clubbing. You don't have to go drinking. You can just eat. And you can just explore some cool places, there. There's places outside of the Strip that's really cool. It's just like it's such a dry area, man. And Las Vegas is hella clean. And it better be clean. You know what I'm saying? It better be clean. Especially like how, all those businesses, they want their businesses to look good. People are maintaining the shit out of the streets there. Obviously there's some like, homeless individuals asking for some change, maybe to, use that money to go and gamble or whatever. But the Strip is pretty interesting. It's Las Vegas. It's very gaudy and a lot of action going on. Places are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People perform there quite a bit. It's insane. But we definitely had a great time, just chilling and hanging out, and just doing whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of just chill times, eating. It was definitely a big thing. That In-N-Out was just so fucking good. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I forgot how good In-N-Out was. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's really all I really wanted to talk about, being a straight edge kid, and being able to kind of drink and be part of the crowd, without being drunk and having any kind of alcoholic beverage was a good, it's not hard to be straight edge. It really isn't. And especially when your friends and loved ones want to go out and drink and you want to join them, but you don't drink, that's the way to go. There's mock drinks. You can definitely spend a lot of money on drinks that, that's just like, wow. I could have made that myself, but if you have money to throw away, yeah, definitely. You can just look cool and just have a nice club soda with the lime on it. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, Las Vegas again was really fun. I'm gonna be watching Scandal next month with Jen. In about a couple of weeks, actually. And after that, I think we're gonna be just resting. We've been kind of doing, um, we've been doing a lot of traveling and just a lot of like, just heading to go places and do shit. Kind of, we really made this summer be that summer. Like we had such a great summer, and it's still going. We still are having a couple of things we're gonna be doing before school starts and it starts getting cold. And, you got to take advantage of the weather here, especially when it's in this like conditions. And East Coast weather, it's just so bullshit, man. It can rain like for a week. It can be like stupidly hot the next week, but then like add rain in that same week when it's really stupidly hot. It's like fuck, you don't get that in California. And I've heard some things about California as of late where they're having some struggles with the fire and stuff. It's making me kind of sad. And knowing that these fires are kind of like happening, you know what I mean? It's sort of disheartening knowing the fact that like people are losing their homes and there's animals that are like leaving these forest areas because of the fire. And there's a lot of smoke. There's actually smoke that traveled all the way from California to Nevada. It was insane. And we saw the smokiness. So that shit is not a joke. It's real. California is indeed on fire. And I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how they're able to maintain this stuff. It looks like a lot of shit's going to be burned to the ground. And they're just going to have to rebuild a lot. And the same goes with, people that lived in around the Santa Rosa area. My friend actually had dealt with like, the fires there in what's that place called? I don't remember. The wine country of California. I can't even think of it right now, but it's around the Santa Rosa area. But big fire that occurred, and like I think hundreds or thousands of like houses got burned down to the ground or something like that. Incredible, incredible. You can't tell me that this is not happening. Like this, you know what I mean? And there's so much that we need to like do and like figure out how to kind of like prevent these things to happen. So yeah, we saw a lot of smoke, coming from California in Nevada, and that's scary. It's so fucking scary, man. You know what I mean? It's so fucking scary. So I don't know what else to say about that. Let me talk about Evo. Let me talk about my sort of experience in Evo. I think that'll be my closing kind of remark, or the closer for this episode, because I kind of want to make this short, and I don't want to blab around for like a full hour. That will be meant for guests and the In the Scene podcasts. Evo. Okay, Evo is interesting. And I say that is because when we went to the event, and maybe because we were there early, it was really naked. When you go to PAX East here in Boston, it's packed. It is so packed. But in Evo, it's just, I think it's because if on the Friday and Saturday events, people don't really take it as seriously. It's only when the main event, like, comes up to the main event on Sunday, that's when shit pops. So, Um, I had experience playing Soul Calibur 6. That was pretty rad. You know what I mean? Um, that's a game I'm definitely going to pick up. I'm definitely going to pick up that game. I think that game is incredible. Um, Makes me kind of like reflect back on how, Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast was. It was an incredible game. We played Dead or Alive 6. I think it was 6. It was pretty good. Jen always kicks my ass on that game. So there's no doubt that if we pick that up, that like I'm gonna be like receiving loads of losses. I got a chance to play somebody on Soul Calibur 6, and it was like it was like at the tip of the tongue, dude. He licked me, and I died. That's how serious it was. He was a good player, man, and he really adapted to it. I forgot his name, but it was so much fun playing against him. I freaking lost, man. So salty about that. I played Super Turbo as well. Got my ass kicked. What do you expect, Got my ass kicked. And then, what else? Kind of scoured around, met Filipino Champ again. I've already met the guy before. And he was nice. He was just a nice, cool dude, Didn't want to bother him. He looked like he was on the run, ready to go to the probably to some pools or some shit, And saw some familiar faces. Justin Wong, a dude that does like arcade stick reviews. Marn, it's just Marn. You know what I mean? Just this same dude. He looked like he didn't change. Got to see a little bit of Gutex. Never got a chance to like kind of meet him though. I'm a big fan of him. I realized that Mike Ross was there. Oh my god, dude! Like Mike Ross was playing Guilty Gear, fucking bodied the shit out of one of the players on you can see it on YouTube. There's like footage of him playing Guilty Gear, playing on a hitbox, and it was just incredible. Yeah, he's a badass player. I really respect him. But honestly, it kind of the whole kind of like event, it made me kind of realize how fun it was to compete against people. And I started actually playing SF5 again. I picked it up and started playing with my main Nash. And Nash was definitely a character that I wanted to have. Like I totally wanted to have him because he sort of embodied almost the same characteristics as Guy from SF4. The thing is that with Nash looks like he can actually win matches, and not Guy. Guy was a little too unstable, and he didn't have a lot of advantages, in SF4. He was just such a low tier player. But for me playing SF5 again and kind of competing using my modified Hori mini setup, it's been fun, man. It's been loads of fun, and I can't tell you how much it means to me to kind of play against these players who are really essentially teaching me how to play better. And I'm not the best player in the world. I don't intend to be. I just want to kind of experience other people's styles and like kind of like learn from it and kind of adapt to it. And maybe one day I'll get a chance to kind of go into the ring, go to the big dogs, and actually play against some top 20, top 40 players. And and that's all that matters to me, is if I can actually go in and face off with some of these dudes, and we're ready to go. You know what I mean? But I haven't really practiced in a while. I was thinking about practicing tonight, but I'm just like so drained. and it's already past my bedtime. It usually is past my bedtime every time I do like a podcast with somebody, or if I do a solo one. So yeah, fun times, man, fun times, and I think that this is something that I'm gonna be kind of going forward on. Other than that, Evo was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish I was there longer to kind of be part of the hype, but I had to go back, and didn't really want to be part of that. At this year, maybe next year, probably. And so that's pretty much it, guys. That's sort of my experiences in Las Vegas, and I can't thank my family and my friends enough. There's so much shit to talk about, so much to do, but I think I'll save it for another time. When the subjects are relatable of some sort. I don't know. Get it? Anyway. Well, guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Bueno Power Hour podcast. If you want to listen to more of these episodes, you can actually follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/BuenoPower1, and subscribe to that channel. I usually post these podcasts up every 2 weeks. And so it's fun, man. I love it. I miss it so much. And I hope to be doing more of these. And hopefully I can get a guest in. So, yeah, guys, thank you for listening. And I'll see you later.